Welcome back to Houston Life. All right, we have this little pool noodle thing that we cut earlier. This is our insulation.
Yes, pipe insulation. Yes, ma'am.
We are going to show you how to wrap a pipe. It's actually pretty straightforward. You probably know how to do it. Christian is getting to it. Now, what I want to know, you want to really make sure there's no gaps?
You want to make sure it's snug to it, and because you want to keep any moisture and any cold air away from the pipe, because that's what, of course, what causes it to freeze.
Which is why you want to seal it with the duct tape.
Yes, that's why I already have it pre-cut to where
Because I noticed this little, I keep calling it a pool noodle because it's really like that.
Okay, so let's say, for example,
this has got some tape on it.
It's got some tape on it so it can seal it. That's if you don't have any duct tape, you have some protection, which is better than nothing.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and peel this off because it usually comes with some glue on there. And it's pretty sticky, and then you just close it, and it just sticks to it. That's if you don't have any duct tape. Some protection's better than no protection.
Okay, so that's better than nothing. Next level is wrapping
wrapping it with duct tape. You basically just go around and just make sure it's sealed to where you're keeping any moisture out.
Wait, let me have a go. Okay, this is, I just put off some paint from the house. Shh. Okay, cool. Wait, so this wouldn't be very good because I have.
No, you usually want to cover the seam and then go ahead and.
Right, like it's done up here. Now I've noticed this little bit up here is exposed, but that's okay.
That's okay because the water's off, and wherever the water's coming through, it's already protected. They do sell little bags that you can go over this. It's insulated bags, and that should cover that, but you should be fine with it.
Okay, you don't necessarily need that. Now, speaking of insulated bags, if we leave it to the last minute and there's none of this insulation piping available to protect our pipes in the hardware stores, we can actually just use a towel, can't we?
You can just use a towel, and what a lot of people fail to remember is to put something that's plastic over the towel because, let's say, for example, the insulation's not here, you can go ahead and cover it.
Yeah.
And then put some tape over it, make sure the towel's covering all the pipe, and then just put a plastic bag over it because you want to lock that moisture. Which we have this plastic bag here. So you, of course, you'll tape it, and then you want to make sure double up the bag, triple up the bag, and just keep that moisture out from getting to that towel.
Because the towel gets damp, and then it gets cold and freezes, and then that freeze goes through to your
Exactly.
So is this something we want to do now before it starts getting freezing?
You definitely want to be prepared before it freezes because the last thing you want to do is wait till it's the last minute and you're outside in that cold weather because, of course, it's not going to be comfortable. So you want to try to get it before, and there's no harm and no foul leaving it on for the rest of the year unless you need to access it.
Right.
There's no need to take it off. Unless you're going to use your hose spigot to water the garden or anything, that's when you want to take it off. But if you don't need it, basically it's out of sight, out of mind.
Keep it wrapped. That's amazing.
Yes.
That's so cool. I love it. This was a really good tip. Now, you, of course, dealt with the aftermath of the really big freeze in 2021.
Yes.
What was a takeaway from that you would say people really need to be aware of?
People need to be aware of shutting off their sprinkler systems, draining down their vacuum breakers, the backflow preventers, making sure that doesn't freeze and explode because, of course, as we all know, when water freezes, it expands, so it's going to make it burst. Let's say you don't want to go ahead and you don't want to wrap anything. You want to shut off the water to the house, peace of mind, drain all the faucets in the house, shut off the water at the main or at the riser, which is right here.
Yeah.
You can shut off that valve, drain everything down. That'll give you peace of mind that nothing's going to freeze inside the house.
And then if you've got a really old house, that was a big thing. A lot of people's galvanized pipes burst.
Galvanized piping, yes, it's the, I hate to put it this way, but it's the worst type of piping you can have in a home because it's just old piping. It gets brittle over time.
That's when we need to call you guys.
Yes,
call your plumber.
Yes, call your plumber.
Oh my gosh. Christian, thank you so much. This has been so awesome. I hope you got something from it today and learned, and you're going to be ready when it gets really cold next week. Don't just warm yourself up. Make sure your pipes are wrapped up as well. And yeah, cross fingers. We'll be right back after the break on Houston Live.